Okay. Uh,
Hello, hello. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the HJ in Conversation with stage. Suzie is our first ever guest on this stage. We're really excited to bring this to Salon International for the first time ever. We are right in the thick of the show. Please do come and sit down and watch us at any point. Don't worry, you're not going to interrupt us. We're just going to natter on like we would in the pub. So do come and sit down if you can hear me. But without further ado, I'm going to begin with a little intro to Suzie, if you don't know Suzie. So Suzie is the International Artistic Director for Rainbow Room International. She's a Schwarzkopf professional ambassador and educator too. And she's just a really nice human. Suzie has integrity and warmth. She's incredibly skilled, but she doesn't chew your ear off about it or brag about it. She's very understated, which I love. I've had the pleasure of sitting in Suzie's chair myself for, what was it, the Scottish-Swedish hairline, which is the most beautiful colour I've ever had. And we really did laugh until we cried in that chair. It was such a good experience. But just because Suzie has a good sense of humour, it doesn't mean she doesn't take hairdressing incredibly seriously. And she has the collections and the education and the long history in hair to back that up. When it comes to incredible, impeccable colour work, Suzie has collections that are precise, on point and boundary pushing. Welcome, Suzie.
Thank you so much. That was a lovely intro.
So 40 years of hairdressing.
40 years of hairdressing.
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
I know. I started 1984.
Like the book, George Orwell.
Yeah. It's kind of been like that, to be fair.
So paint the picture of Suzie first becoming a hairstylist.
Okay, so what happened was I was leaving school and I wasn't really very academic actually, but I did have a really creative side to me. So I either wanted to do hair or work in fashion or something along their lines. And my guidance teacher had sent me to the local college. And when I got there, I thought, no, I'm not doing this. Across the road was Irvin Rusk's salon. And I thought, I'm just going to march right in there. I had borrowed my sister's pink paper jumpsuit that was really fashionable in 1984.
Still is.
Still is, yeah. Oh, exactly. And I went in and got a job, and that was where I done my training. So I was really lucky, and I had a fabulous training there.
So you were clearly quite confident at that age, perhaps, or quite driven, or just had no fear. You just marched into a high-end salon, basically.
Yeah, I think I was just quite confident and driven, yeah.
Yeah.
Still am.
And why wasn't college life for you? Why didn't you fancy doing the college
I don't know. It just never felt right to me. Not that I think there's anything wrong with college training. I think what the colleges do is incredible. But for me, I just felt like it wasn't really individual enough for me. So that was why I then decided to go into... Oh, I decided...
We've got an audience member.
Amazing.
So you were at Rusk for how many years
So
then,
I done my training for 3 years there, and then I stayed for a year as a stylist, and I wanted to go to London. So I came to London at the age of 19, well, just before my 19th birthday actually, and yeah, and then I went to work for Charles Worthington, and I had a long spell with Charles. I really had a great time working there, and had really incredible experiences there. Some of the stuff we done was off the charts, like doing shows for Princess Diana.
So wait, did you meet Princess Diana?
I never met her, no. I didn't meet her actually, but I did do it in Kensington Palace.
So was she in the audience watching the show?
No, so the show was it was a Vivienne Westwood fashion show, and we done the hair for it. So it was really incredible.
What was Kensington Palace like? Did you have
It was really
any food and
really big. No, we didn't get fed.
You always hear people talk about the china in palaces, don't you? Everyone's like, oh, the china.
No, there was nothing like that. Maybe on the other side. We were working hard, you know.
And what kind of looks were you creating for that show?
Well, it was all, at the time, it was all like kind of quite knotted hair, actually. From what I remember, I mean, that was a long time ago. But it was truly a brilliant experience. And we'd done lots of things while I was there, lots of travelling and stuff. And then that's when I really got the bug to kind of further my career a bit more.
So you were a stylist at Charles Worthington?
Yes, I was a stylist and like his art director, from a really young age. So it just kind of pushed me forward and I wanted to learn more. So.
And what was that like being such a young age? Were you managing people that were older than you?
Yes, I was, but it was a really well-gelled team actually. So I never really had that fear, you know. It was a great team. And at that time, actually, believe it or not, I didn't colour hair. I was a cutter. So, you know, back in the day, that's what it was. It was like you were a cutter or a colourist. I mean, I did my colour Syrian stuff when I was in Russ, but you either cut hair or you coloured hair. And I never really started my hair journey until I moved back to Scotland.
Correct me if I'm wrong, because I mentioned this from your talk that you did.
Yeah.
So in Scotland, you do both. You train in both.
Yes, you do both,
But in London or the rest of England, you specialise early on, which...
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know if all salons are like that in London now. I think sometimes they do cross over, but where we are and in our company, all of the stylists cut and colour, so...
And do you think that gives like a more well-rounded hairdresser, or have you kind of got mixed experience of it because you've done both?
I've got really mixed experience of it because I then went from Charles Worthington to Trevor Sorbie, and I done my vardering there. So I really concentrated on cutting, and I loved that experience as well. So I've got a kind of mixed bag about it. That I think when I really started doing a lot of photographic work, I really wanted to do my colours myself because I needed to create the full look and the full experience for myself. So that was when I branched into that.
And when did you start doing photographic collections? Was that during your time at Trevor Sorbie, or you started at Charles Worthington already?
We did do some photographic work at Charles Worthington as well. I've kind of always done it. I've always really done it, but on a kind of larger scale, probably more hair work, probably when I moved back to Scotland. I've done a lot of session work in London, more for like magazines, so that's more brief driven rather than my actual own work.
And creating collections is your passion project.
It is my passion.
You love it.
I love it.
What is it about the creative experience that you love so much? Is there a particular element of it?
Yeah, I think it's probably like putting things from your head into the image, you know, and really like leading your team to create that experience so as they can really understand how to do the same, you know, because it's so rewarding when you see like your collections up there and you see them in magazines, and I think it's great for the company because it's really good branding. So I love it.
And who do you have on your team at the moment that you work with? I know you've got an absolutely stellar team.
I know. So this weekend I have Diana Carson, I have Lee Kerr, I've got Rachel McDonald and Archie Wu. Amazing. And we have the lovely Lucy with us today. And Lucy won the evening in the conversation with Suzie. This is the winner. So
my God, congrats.
Yeah, she's working with us all weekend.
Oh my God, that's so exciting. So you had your time in London at Charles Worthington and Trevor Sorbie.
Yeah.
You're doing session work, you started creating collections, and then you moved back to Scotland.
I did. I moved back to Scotland.
And what kind of prompted that move? Was there a business decision?
No, it was more kind of family stuff, and you know, I missed my family, and I just wanted to go home. So, yeah.
And obviously, you are now international artistic director at Rainbow Room International. Can we fit any more internationals into that sentence?
No.
How did that journey start for you?
So
did you just walk in like you did to Rusk?
Yeah, just rolled up in there. Said, "Give me a job." Hi. No, actually, what happened was my sister had actually worked. My sister's my business partner, and she had actually worked for Rainbow Room 10 years previous. So I actually kind of knew everyone, which was really great. It was like kind of like going home, you know, and then the journey started from there. And that was when I started my colour journey as well. So that was 24 years ago, which was a lot to learn, you know. It was.
I can imagine.
Yeah, but anyway, here we are now. So as British colour technician, so they were
sorry, that was a major accolade. British colour technician, everybody, sitting right here. Whoop.
They were obviously good
She's
teachers.
so modest. What's your sister's name?
Sam McFarlane.
So, and you
Suzie
and
and Sam.
Suzie and
It's like a
Sam have
cartoon.
been hairdressing since you were younger, both of you.
Yeah. We both trained in Rusks as well. I know.
Who's older? Did you follow Sam, or did
No.
Sam follow you?
You should never ask a lady that question, you know.
I'm not the specific age, Suzie. I meant who's the oldest.
Me.
So Sam followed you.
Yeah.
And you work together now?
Yeah, we've got a salon together, and it's amazing. She's great, and she's so supportive of what I do as well. So yeah,
that's so nice. You don't often hear of family working well together, so that is wonderful.
I think
to
we've
hear.
just done everything together, like from a really young age. So yeah, that's great.
Are there any kind of secret advice that you've got for the audience if they're thinking of working with family?
Patience. No, not at all. It works really well for us. So yeah.
So on to a little broader question. What inspires you? That can either be what you see around you or a specific person that you see in the industry. I'm really putting you on the spot now.
Inspires me just in life. People inspire me. People definitely inspire me. And I couldn't really say like one specific thing. I'm really into women empowerment, obviously.
Nice.
But people inspire me. So people, places, everything, music, fashion. And I'm asked that question quite a lot, and I can never really pinpoint it, So, I would say definitely when we're doing collections, I'm quite a fashion-based person. So, I would take quite a lot of inspiration off Fashion Week and things, what different designers are doing.
And in terms of magazines, you're looking at Vogue and HJ.
Obviously HJ. That's my favourite magazine. It really is, to be fair.
Which section do you turn to first?
Is
it the fashion? Is it the fashion section?
The fashion section. The fashion section.
I love that. And do you still run a column of clients?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
So my work schedule is a bit mental, if I'm honest. So I normally would do like my ambassador work. So I travel on a Sunday, teach on a Monday. It's mainly London that I do now. Travel home and then have a Tuesday off, and I work in the salon from a Wednesday to a Saturday. I know.
That's mental. How do you switch your mindset to clients?
Oh, it's fine. I like going to do my clients, actually. Is that me with the
I'm
feedback?
not sure.
I love going to do my clients, getting all the chat and everything, and that's definitely me.
I think that's someone else.
Is it? Okay.
It would never
Thought
be
it was
us.
my heavy breathing there.
And would you say throughout your career that you've had a mentor at different times of your career? Do you have a mentor now?
Yeah.
Are you a mentor yourself?
Yeah. So that's something that I'm really strong on, is I think everybody needs a mentor. So my mentor, being an ambassador for Schwarzkopf, was always Tyler Johnson and Leslie Jennison. And they've been really amazing to me. They've taught me so much. And I've always had somebody that I've looked up to and wanted to learn more from. So, and now I do mentorship myself. So this year I've been mentoring the Yachts. Last year it was Ignite. And I hope to keep doing that, and I mentor obviously my own art team as well. So yeah, I think that's really important. And I do think regardless to how long you've been in hairdressing, you can never learn enough. We have a lot of, especially being a Schwarzkopf ambassador as well, things change all the time. So new colours, new techniques, that sort of thing. So yeah.
And what have you learned specifically from the young artistic team that Schwarzkopf has this year? Because you've been working with them on collections, is that right?
Yeah. Patience. No, they are. This year's young artistic team are amazing. They're great, and they're all experienced. Actually, they're all very experienced this year. I've just learned. I've learned loads from them. What I decided to do with them is, rather than like hone in on what I do, I've kind of let them embrace themselves a bit more. And they're actually going to be on stage twice on Monday. So if people can come along and see them, I would love that. They really deserve it. They're amazing.
Yeah. Do you find working with, they're kind of a mix of Gen Z and millennial kind of age groups, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
Are they working in a different way?
Not that I would say that, no. Because they experience the same thing as any platform hairdresser would, which is nerves, anxiety, so...
You think there's more in common than divides generations when it comes to
when it comes down to it, they just want to be the best hairdressers that they can be. So, and I'm just there to encourage them along, which has been great fun.
So my final question is about the future of hairdressing, which leads really nicely on from talking about the young artistic team. How do you feel about the future of hairdressing?
I think the future of hairdressing is bright, and I really... there's a couple of things that I've got quite strong opinions on. So I do think that in our industry, we have to keep employing assistants. If we don't, the future doesn't look that great. But if we do continue to do that, then we will continue to mentor people, make them amazing hairdressers, give them the courage, show them the techniques, but hopefully we will continue to do that. And we run a really big academy in Glasgow, and education is our thing. So yeah, continue to employ and inspire young people.
And that's how you got your start after all, is by
absolutely
working in salons, and there's nothing like that in salon experience to make you a great hairdresser if you're learning
100%
solo by yourself.
Yeah, because you've got to make your mistakes and come through the ranks. I think that's really important.
And have that support network around you.
Absolutely.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Suzie.
Oh,
and
thank you, Charlotte.
I'm thrilled that you think the future of hairdressing is bright, because
very bright.
And
yeah.
you're there nurturing that young talent, so that's amazing to hear.
Oh,
thank you so much to everyone for joining us this morning and online. We really appreciate it. And that's a wrap for our first In Conversation with.
That was fun.